Hi everyone, welcome to FinTech Academy. This is Hirsch. Today I want to show you how to use pivot tables in Microsoft Excel. All right, let's get started with that. So pivot tables. A pivot table takes rows and rows of data and puts it into nice summary reports based on the criteria you set. Pivot tables can be used on any listing of data where you have more than one entry per customer or product or whatever. Say you run a small business and had 1,000 sales transactions this year, and now you want to know who your best customer was, and all you have is those 1,000 entries. You could sort by customer and then manually add up sales for each one, which could take hours. Or you could create a pivot table that calculates total sales for each customer and then sort to see who's at the top and be done in less than 5 minutes. Let's have a look how it works. First, you need your information organized in the right format. There needs to be one row that contains the labels for each column, into bracket header row. Directly below that, you need to list your information with one row per entry and nothing else other than the data. Be sure not to have any blank rows or columns in your data set and to have only one type of data per column. It could be date, currency, text, any of those. All right, let's see in action in Excel that how we can use pivot tables. All right, so we have over here a weekly sales by sales agent. We have some data on that for each of the sales agent, what sales they have done, the date on which they did, the type of phone they sold, the color, the quantity, the unit price, and total. Let's say we are in the business of selling phones and we would like to find out that what type of phones are in demand, what colors are in demand, and how much is the sales for this first week, kind of like that. So there are about from 3 to 19, so there are 17 lines of data, and let's find out what we can do with this. So first of all, to generate pivot tables, we need to click on insert. So I'm going to click on insert. Now we have pivot table, the first one on the left, and then you have recommended pivot tables as well. You can click on recommended pivot tables by Excel and you will be able to see that these are the ones which are predefined for you. You can click on any of those and your pivot table will be ready. There is sum of total by color, quantity by color, total by sales, sum of total by type of phone sold, etc. Quite a lot of them. Let's say you want to create your own pivot table. That's when you click on pivot table like this. So over here, Excel is going to select the range, and I'm pretty satisfied with the range because it has selected exactly what I want. Select a table or range. Just below that, we have choose where you want the pivot table report to be placed. I'm okay with the new worksheets. I'm going to click on OK right over here. As soon as I do OK, we are in the new sheet over here on the bottom. We can see that, and on the right side we have the fields available from our data sheet, and we'll start working on the data fields that we have. Drag fields between areas below, so we can put the fields in filters, columns, rows, values. All right, let's start and with the first thing that we want to do. Let's say we want to find out by sales agent how much is the quantity that has been sold. So as soon as I put the sales agent in the rows, you can see on the left over here we have the rows that is ready. Okay, I'm gonna select the quantity over here in the values and I'm gonna put it over there. There you go. I have the sum of quantity ready for each of the sales agent, that how much they have sold, and I also have the grand total, that this is the amount of quantity, the number of quantity that has been sold. All right guys, so let's say we want to add to this the one more table, the value, like the total that has been sold. So I'm going to take my pointer on any one of the columns over here where the data is existing is there, and then I'm going to go down and select total over here, take it and put it in the value section just below sum of quantity. I release it over here, and there you go. Here I have that sum of the total of the value. So now it shows that the value is 30,071, the grand total sales, and by each agent, sales agent, also there's a value. Now if you want to sort this, yes, we can select, let's say I want to sort by on the total. I'll right click on it, and as soon as I do that, I will be able to see that sort is the option over here. Let's say I want to sort it by largest to smallest. I click on that, and we can see that yes, the sorting has been done. Paul is the one right on the top with the sales of 6,795, and then the guys listed below that. Now someone said I want to sort on the quantity and see what it is. Well, take your pointer on that field, right click again, click on sort, and you can say largest to smallest, and that's going to show me that Megan is on the top with the highest number of quantity by sales, and then the guys listed just below that. All right, let's have a look that, I wanted to take away some of the quantity field from here. Well, if you want to take it away, you just pick up in the values that particular field that you do not want and put it back in on the top over here, and you will see the change has happened over here. There are more things that you can also do. Let's say with this value, I want to right click, and I want to see that show values as. So currently there is no calculation, but I want to find out percentage of column total. If I click on that, it's going to show me that total 100% and how much who has contributed. Again, you can right click on that and you can do the sorting if you want to find out that who's on the top and how the numbers are spread across all the agents listed over here. So quite a few tools which are available over here. When you right click them, right, you can go ahead and do the sorting. You can show values as, and you can decide that, if you are looking for a specific percentage of column, or there are lots of options over here in Excel that you can search and work on them. All right, so let's have a look that, one more feature we want to understand. I'm going to right click again over here, and I want to go and look at summaries values by default it is sum, but let's say if I want to look at average, which I can, I'm going to click on this average over here, and it will show that what is the average of the quantity that Megan has sold. That number will be shown over here individually as well. We come to know that how much it is, but we can come to know by average as well for each of these guys, that what is their average that shows up over here. So like that, we can definitely go ahead and do multiple tasks with Excel for the pivot table. All right, let's say if we did want to go further over here, and I want to come out of this part which is average and want to go back to the sum, but I also want to see what color these phones have been sold. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick up color over here, take it down and just put it below, let's say the part that I want exactly under each of the individuals and the type of phones that they sold. So I can see black, how much they have been sold. But someone might say, why don't we do the other way, wherein we get the company name on the top and the color below that? Yeah, you can do that as well. On the right over here, okay, on the bottom, I can even click on that field. There's a small down arrow, and I can use move up, down, or I can even remove the field from here. So let's say if I click on move down, that's going to change things over here right away. So not only you can operate from here, drag and drop, but every single, there's a small that down arrow pointing, and you can use that part as well to make changes for your data that you're looking for. Now let's say this is more of kind of analysis by the sales agent, and I don't want to do that, but I want to do some analysis by phone. As soon as I remove that, I can see that now we are by phone. So Apple, we have sold 10 quantities, right? And this is the total sum value. What are the colors that we have sold within that? So we come to know that which are the colors that are in demand. So just a small little change over here, and straight away we can see that yes, now we have the analysis by the phone and the type of colors that have been sold within that. Alright guys, so I'm going to click on this analyze field, which is tab, which is right in the top, and we can see over here that the data is prepared, they're ready. But I'm going to show you one more valuable feature, which is on the top, that says pivot charts. So we can even prepare the charts with the existing data that we have. I'm going to click on the pivot charts, and all different kind of charts are ready over here, the one that we are looking for, whichever format, bar and column, line, pine. Within column, let's say if someone says I want to see a 3D stacked or 3D 100% or clustered, let's say I'm going to click on this 3D stack column and click OK on that. As soon as I do that, I have a nice little analysis over here of the chart showing Apple, then what kind of phones with respect to the value. Let's say I want to remove the quantity field from here, and I can see that where we stand. Someone says I just want to see by company, don't know the color. As I mentioned before, we can just do the small regular click on that down arrow, click on remove field, and you will be able to see things have changed. I can even right click over here, and let's say if I go to sort largest to smallest, right away whatever change I do over here, the graph is going to be updated accordingly as well. So pivot tables are very valuable tool for analyzing, and instantly if you have lots of data, the only primary requirement is that you need to have the data sorted properly as I have right over here, and then you can prepare your data analysis pretty easily. So if I go back to my exercise over here, right, I have this data prepared, and from here, you can prepare and you can make what you're looking for. Even if you're using any software like QuickBooks, you can export the data from QuickBooks, bring it over here, and then you can just go to pivot tables by clicking on this insert over here, and you have that valuable information coming up. Just in case if someone says I'm not able to see my pivot table fields, well, take your pointer on that area where the data is and it will come up. Or if you are on the analyze particular tab, right, and then you will be able to see that there is something called field list like this. It can come and go. So just in case if you don't want to view at any time, you can put a click on that, it's going to go away, and then it can come back. So over and above, pivot tables are great utility within Excel which can be used. Alright guys, if you found this video helpful, please like our video and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Also let me know in comments what would you like to see in future videos, i.e. Harsh, I want to see this video, or Harsh, can you make video on this topic for accounting and bookkeeping, QuickBooks Desktop, QuickBooks Online, Excel, Canadian Income Tax T1, Canadian Income Tax T2, or Canadian Payroll. Alternatively, you can visit us on fintechsolutions.ca for our courses. Thanks for stopping by.